Hey everybody, you already know what it is. XNMX, and today we're back with another one. And for this one, we're going to be talking about P buffs, how they work, some builds, and just some more information about them. So, with that being said, let's go straight to P buffs. And first question is, what are they? Well, P buffs are basically cards, I would say, but just for the entire position. So, what I mean by that, and as you can tell on the bottom where it says tip, buffs take effect. Well, let me try that again. Buffs take effect across the designated position. So that means all these centers, you see the ones I have picked, Camilla, Krista, Jimmy, Lee, it doesn't only apply to them, it applies to everyone across the center position. Same with power forward, same with SF, same with point guard, and same with SG. So all of them get that buff. So like I said, right here I have Camilla, Krista, Jimmy, and Lee. And if we look, I have the rebound stat for 14 right there, so that's 28. And then for Jimmy, that's another 28, so that's 56 in total. Let's go to a center that's not on there as the plus as a display basically, which would be we'll just go to new character. So, well, hers is plus 75, and as you can tell, you can see the attributes on the left. And if we go to the rebound position, it's plus 75, but we're going to go and look at Lloyd because I don't have any other cards because this is only 75 because I have another rebound card right here at 19. So that's why it increases it by that. But we'll go to Lloyd. And as you can see, the rebound is plus 56 because that is from the P buffs. And another way to tell is you can go right here, you can go to attributes, scroll down to it, and it'll show you what's giving it the buff on the right side of the screen. See, it shows the basic attributes 216 with a P buff 56, 255. And yes, it is 255 to max out rebound. So, with that being said, now you guys kind of know what P buffs do. They're basically cards that affect the whole position. So now, we'll talk about some builds. This build right here, with Camilla's 14 rebound, Chris's normal movement speed, Jimmy's 14 rebound, which is 28, and Lee's 3-point shot success rate. This is the normal build I use. This is what I stay for, but if someone wants to do something else, if your bigs are already getting a rebound, because the reason why I use bigs is for to get rebounds, because they're a big, then you should be getting the rebound as a big man. But if your big can't get the rebound, what's the point of picking that position if you just can't get the rebound? If you know what I'm saying, like you have teammates that can score, but I use this as well so I can score as well some threes if I needed to. Because if they're double teaming a Saru that we have on our team, or Janessa, or Lou, and all we're doing is dunking, their big man has to step up on that. And if they don't, then we're just going to keep spamming those dunks. And if they're double teaming our person who's making all those dunks, I'll just sit out on the three and just start scoring threes, which is much better than a two. So that's why I picked this, so I can shoot threes if I need to. Some other builds you can pick instead of this one is you can even get rid of rebound, put on a normal movement speed, get rid of another rebound, put on another normal movement speed. So your bigs are fast. You don't even need the three if you want. You can just do another rebound. You can do shot impediment, in fact. But I'll go over all of them, all the builds basically. But yeah, you can do three speeds, a 3-point shot. You can do three speeds with shot impediment, three speeds with this rebound, three speeds and a steal because now we have the new character right there, Blair. She can just spam steal, the upper steal in the paint, which is really good. You can even do three speeds and 2-point shot, basically. You can even do a 3 and a 2-point shot as well with the speeds, or you can do these into the 2 rebounds and do like a hybrid build. I've even used this basically for a hybrid build, but I do need the speed in there. So I usually keep it like that. And then the other rebound, just because my bigs don't really have like the cards to max out their stuff, so I like to help out all the bigs because I'm the type of person that plays as more as one character because I can't be playing one character over and over and over again. I feel like it just gets boring to me, so I try to use all the characters in the game, so I need these to affect all the characters. So this is the main thing I go by. If you guys already have good rebound cards, you know, you can get rid of rebound, go for shot impediment effect, like this type of build. Go for, you know, this type of rebound, which it might be better. It might not. I don't know. I never really tested it, but I can just run it like that, if anything. Then also, like I said, you can do just 128 buff rebound with another normal movement speed and the 3. You can do this as a hybrid build. This is a good build. Other than that, I think that's the good amount of builds for centers. So I'm just going to go back to what I rock. But now we're going to go to power forwards. Power forwards is basically the same thing as centers. They're basically the big man, so if I can't get a rebound over it, what's the point? So for builds like this, like I said, you can get rid of the 3, use Murdoch's mid-range because power forwards actually make a lot of mid-ranges. So if you want to make the 2s, if you want 2 builds, you can do that. If you feel like your character's not making a lot of 3s, you can double stack the 3 because this is where power forwards started getting it. I know centers don't really have a 3.2 like every other position does for a P buff, but you can also run this. You can also just run the 3 speeds. Max normal movement speed. Clark, this is basically the normal build I use. Like I said, you can also use the 2 3-point shot success rates if you feel like your bigs ain't making a lot of 3s, because that's what I used to use. I used to use normal movement speed, then 2 3-point shot success rate, the 3.2, and the 6%. But when my characters were getting better at 3s, then, you know, that's when I switched up and put on the rebound so I can get the rebounds. But this is another good build as well with jump shot block. You can get rid of 2 of these. Well, you can use 2 of them and, you know, give your power forwards a lot more defense if, you know, your enemy team's going to be screening a lot and shooting 2s. This is a good way to counter that screen and get the block as well. You can just use 2 jump shot blocks, which let's see if I can get it in this video with the YouTube luck. And it doesn't really look like it. Look at that, you can even rock shot impediment effect as well. If you really want to be out there making them miss the shots, which is another good build as well. If you got good rebound cards and you don't need to use this category, you can switch it out to the shot impediment effect, which Giant G has. You can switch it out as well. You can just do a MIDI build like this. If you need another speed, you can just get rid of this. And actually, I don't think another mid-range character has a speed. Yeah, you only got one speed. But yeah, there's a lot of builds you can go with. I think that me might be the end of like some good decent builds for power forwards. And also let me know what P buffs you guys are using in the comments below for what position. But this is what I like to use for power forwards. And this is basically like my normal general build. As you can tell as we go across. So for SFs, that's a little different story because now this is where we have the 3-point shot distance increase. Not only it is for SF, it's also for point guards and shooting guards as well. As you can tell, I use it because it opens up the court a little more. It gives you more leeway. And even if you mess up on someone's skill and you're way too far from the 3-point line, you can actually still make it. But for SFs, this is my build I use. Usually, well, what I used to do and what I can still do is get with a normal movement speed and add in another 3-point shot success rate, which is going to be right here. Rebecca's one because she has the 3.2 as you can tell on the right side. And also, if you want to know how to get the max buff, the max like P buff, you need your character to be P5. I don't know if I can. Okay, yeah, so I can go down the stars. See, when this character's level 1, it only does 3.5. When you go to level 2, it's 4.5. Then 3 is 5.5, 4 is 6.5, and 7 is 7.5. And if we go to P6, as you can tell, there's no increase at all. So for you to get the maximum effect of a P buff, that character that you select has to be P5. And I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but when I was playing that rank that we just had, which was in like the free lobby, I used this type of build because I wanted a hybrid build where I can make threes and twos if I needed to, and as you can tell by all the videos, I was cooking. Yeah, it makes you slower, but if you can consistently score and have some like a little defense, because this is what I was using on Jack, Lou, then you should be good. But other than that, the main build I use is right here. Like I said, if you ain't making threes, pop on the other 3 card, because every character, every position has a 3.2 shot success rate as well as a 6%, except the centers. So if you're lacking on threes, you can always fill in on that. If you want to make a 2 build, right here you switch this to another normal movement speed, which is going to be Williams, right here. And then, like I said, if you're doing a 2 build, boom. If your character ain't doing too good and you don't really have the cards for the 2 build, where is it? Right here. Saru's 4%. And if you just want to make a 2 build, like a really strong meta build, right here, also have the shot impediment effect as well. And this is really good because you just need to like get inside their little triangle. And what I'm talking about is when you're guarding someone, they make that little circle thing. I leave it on because it helps me let me know when I'm open, or when I'm not really open. But yeah, this is a really good 2 meta build. If you want to do threes with meta, you know, do the 3-point shot success rate. If you have plenty of cards on one character and don't even need this, you can just go for the 3-point shot distance. And like I said, you can do 3 speeds in the 2 build. If you really want like a really strong one, if you don't like the shot impediment effect. But instead you can use that with the meta. If you want to do a hybrid build like I had for ranked, like there. If you're comfortable with the distance, you don't even need to rock it, but I like to use the distance for, like I said, if I do like Joey's hop step and I'm a little behind the line, 3-point shot's gonna count as a big distance shot, and it ain't really gonna work. I'm pretty sure, yep, as you can tell, Lou also has jump shot block, so if you want better defense for your SFs, there you go. I don't really need to go for rebound or anything, but other than that, those are some builds for SFs. Now, we'll go to point guard. So point guard's basically the same thing as my SFs. I like to use the 3-point shot success rate, normal movement speed, 3-point shot distance increase, and another normal movement speed, because this 3-point shot distance is the farthest one out. So if you're a point guard, you can basically shoot half courts, honestly. And if you want to know how far you can shoot, well, all you need to do, go to a point guard, go to training, which is square, as you can tell on the bottom right. Whatever says lobby practice, click that. Switch up the camera to your camera, and I have the sound muted. But as you can see, I have bars on my bottom of the screen on the character. It shows you, see? I can basically shoot
Uh-oh, which
consistent
way is
half
it gonna
courts.
go?
Well, let
It's
me
up
green
right
it with
now.
it. But yeah, as you can tell,
It's up.
you see how the bars are increasing? That's basically how you tell how far you can shoot. Maybe I need to pick a different character. Let me pick someone that I know actually has, like, yeah, see?
Which way is it gonna
You can
go?
basically shoot half courts, because this is the biggest distance that there is for
It's up.
basically the 3-point shot distance increase. This is the biggest one,
Uh-oh, big shot
which
right
is
here.
100 for each, so that's 200 plus. But now, SGs have it as well, but as you can tell, well, they can basically shoot half courts too.
It's up.
So yeah, that's why I like to use that because let's say I do well, I accidentally do a back dribble and look how far I am. If I didn't have the P buff, there was no way I would be allowed to shoot this.
Which way is it gonna
But
go?
with the 3-point shot distance, there it is. So now we'll go back into it, go over some more P buffs for each role. So we were on point guard. So for point guards, you can rock with this if you're comfortable with staying on the 3-point line. But you know, if they're a defender or the big man comes in, then you know it's gonna be a problem. I used to rock this until they had the distance. So now, after that little break, like I said, this is the one I rock because I like the 3-point distance. But some other builds is you can do all the speeds. If your character's got good 3-point shots, you can go to basically 3 speeds and steal, which is another good build. Or you can just do these two with a steal. If you want a lot more steal, you don't need to do it. This is overkill, but you can have another steal right there. I say that's a little overkill. You don't need that. If you want to go for a 3-2 hybrid build, then you would obviously get rid of the distance. Use Helena's 7-point shot and Professor's 6-point shot. If you feel like your 3-point shots ain't really going in, you're missing a bunch of them, then you want to scroll on, and I'm pretty sure it is Pedro's buff. Right there, some extra 3-point shot success rate, but you're just going to have to switch it out. I prefer the steal, honestly, because if you actually use this on Pedro with a max steal, you're going to be getting a lot of steals, especially with Shadow Steal. Like I said, if you want a bunch more steals, if you already have a good 3-point shot, you can use the 8.4 from Ginger. If you just want to go all normal movement speed and 3-point shot, there it is. If you want to go all movement speed mid-ranges, there that is. Like I said, if you just want to go double mid-range, let me just see what character right there. You get the 4%, or you can go for the 212s, which is going to be better than just that 4 point something percent. If you want shot impediment effect, you know, if you want your opponent to be missing shots, you can go with this type of build. If you feel like your point guards are too fast, you can go for this type of build. Use this as a steal build with a 3. Use this as a hybrid build with a 3. Use all the normal movement speeds. If you just want to spam dunk with Janessa, you can use that with just normal movement speeds. Where is it? Right there. And I think that's pretty much it for point guards. Like I said before, if you guys are using a different type of build, leave it in the comments below. Maybe that's a new build. But other than that, this is what I like to use for point guards. 2 normal movement speeds, the shot success rate, and the distance. So now, SGs is going to look the same thing, but instead these people are more of shooters. And the thing that matters also is who is guarding you. Like, if you're a point guard and you get an SF on you, it's going to be harder to hit shots because, you know, they have more resistance. So now for SFs, like I said, this is the build I like to use with the distance, just in case, you know, you're way too far from the line. But if you're good with it, you can go over here. If your characters ain't making threes, you got this build. If you want some extra steal on SGs, which, you know, I don't kind of really recommend, you do notice it, but it ain't anything significant. But if you're good with staying online, 3 normal movement speeds. If you want to start cooking people, you can use this. And if you don't want to use another normal movement speed and you want to be consistent with your threes, you can keep it like that. If you want to just do normal movement speed with that, with Aux Queen, whereas with the drive speed, if you feel like your character's drive speed is too slow, boom, you can rock this type of build. And also this has shot impediment effect as well. So if you want to change these P buffs to shot impediment effect, you got those builds right there. Then I'm pretty sure that might be all of them inside this role. Yeah, that is. That's all like the decent builds inside this role. I'm pretty sure there is a character with the 2-point shot. Let me just look for that. Just so what I don't think you can have a 2-point shot or a hybrid build. Let me see if it's in any of these. Oh, right there, it is on Jason. So there's the Jason. But I would rather use the 6% shot. But other than that, this is basically my SG build. I feel like that's all of them and all like really good builds for them. But yeah, like I said, you got the normal movement speed, the drive speed. If you want to go all out with the threes, you can do that. But normal movement speed is a key thing in this game too. It allows you to get open. It allows you to play defense. So I always try to have normal movement speed in there. And I just make sure my characters can shoot the threes as well. But like I said, for ranked, you can go for just the two builds, the hybrid builds, the builds with the shot impediment effect. But other than that, I really hope this type of video helped you guys out. And also another question, when I'm going to be doing the tier list video, do you guys want a tier list of just people in the certain position, like a tier list of just the centers, a tier list of just the power forwards, or do you want a tier list of all the characters in the game in the same tier list? But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's going to be the end of this video. And you already know what it is. We will see you on the next one, and I hope you all have a good day or night.